Hello, beautiful souls.
and infusing you with the healing modules and frequencies you require to be healed, balanced, and stabilized.
Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit.
Enjoy the new quantum modules
If you can
as you're
hear,
entering the rare
I was
crystal
trying to be silent while the
divine
background meditation
and
of
healing
light code transmissions for this Valentine's Day of moving and shifting the energies into the highest frequencies of divine conscious love. Not sure if you could hear it too well, but welcome to our daily divine messages from Spirit.
Take a deep breath as we activate the manifesting code 89.
If you are new to my channel, my name is Princess Leah. I am an intuitive artist. I pull from the highest frequencies with Spirit through the healing arts of tarot and oracles and prophetic downloads, as well as performing arts, dance, music, lyrical messages as prophetic downloads as well, to heal the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. And if you are returning family or friend, welcome back, beloved.
Special love and joy transmission, and consider this a loving hug from me and the divine
If you can
masculine
hear the
who assists
background
me as I
voice
create videos.
of the loving transmission, what I'm going to be doing today is pulling the highest frequency, pulling the messages of what this energy is for this day of love that is considered called Valentine's Day, this weekend, and how we can feel into the depths and the frequencies of this unconditional love without the expectations and judgments around what love is supposed to look like, how it's supposed to be, whether it's within another, whether it's within an object or material. Love is not an external source of retrieval. Love is an internal experience because we all are the purest source energy of love. So it's not something you get, it's not something you buy, it's not something you retrieve, it's not something you do, it's not even something you feel. Love is who you are. So let's tap into this heart chakra sound bowl frequency to really gather the image, the energy and the images of love that Spirit wants us to feel and see today. You can place your hand on your heart, and then we'll go into the tarot and oracles in our next step of the 4 agreements. So let's close our eyes. I'm hearing Spirit say, sometimes the way that we learn love is through the breaking of the heart, not in a that means you have to suffer to feel love way. But in a when you are activated by divine love, it will shatter. It'll shatter the shell of what we thought love was through codependency, through lust, through transactional conditions. When we break out of that limiting belief system, sometimes it comes in the form of what feels like heartbreak. Sometimes it comes in the form of what feels like unconditional forgiveness, trust, pure, beautiful love. You know? And I'm hearing Spirit say, if you have been awakened to divine love, activated by divine love, the purest form of source energy, through tower moments, I'm seeing the tower in the tarot in my mind's eye, through catastrophe, heartbreak, forgive those events. Forgive that it happened that way, is what Spirit is saying. Forgive that it happened that way. And this is a little bit of tough love I'm hearing from Spirit, even saying, take it, just take it with a grain of salt, because this is all from the highest frequencies of love. But I'm hearing Spirit say that when I gave you love to experience in its purest form, you weren't able to see it. So I had to shatter all of the rules and thoughts and beliefs and conditions around what you thought love was, because if I gave you love in its purest form, you wouldn't have been able to see it. That's deep. That's really, really deep. And I'm seeing a divine masculine when Spirit is saying this. So this could be the divine masculine energy within us all, that we all carry within us. It can also be a divine masculine that Spirit is speaking to or about. Take it if it resonates, and however it does. But I'm also hearing this because the masculine energy stores trauma in their heart chakra. And so, as masculine energy was taught to not fully feel love, to not fully be the sensational essence of love, because it was too sensational, because it was too emotional. And I'm thinking air quotes as Spirit is saying this, air quotes, too much. It was too much in the divine feminine and the feminine energy to feel that a masculine, the distorted masculine, I want to say generation, which is interesting. Is my throat chakra closing now, getting kind of gritty. The distorted masculine generation closed off the flow into their heart and just grit and bear all of the emotions that they felt. if you're experiencing this with an external counterpart or father,
as we transmit to Archangel Michael's
and it doesn't have to, or a mother, it doesn't have to be a, gender specific for masculine. If you've experienced that with anyone, a parent, a partner, there is blockages stemming from it. There are blockages preventing the heart artery, is what I'm hearing, the heart artery on a energetic level, on an energetic basis standpoint, that is preventing love to flow. And that's why, even if you are giving what you gather to be the purest form of love, just unconditional love, this masculine can't even receive it. This masculine has been completely blocked off from that ability to receive it. That feminine energy is of receiving. They have been blocked off of being tapped into their feminine energy. So I'm curious of what the cards are going to say about that energy. But I'm seeing in my mind's eye like the Emperor reverse. This distorted masculine who has never really learned true love, unconditional love. It's always been around codependency. You're responsible for my happiness. You can't love, your happiness is not as important as mine. I'm hearing this even from a mother figure, or all the partners were like, you have to pour into me, you need to fulfill. And think of this, divine feminines. If you have been in your distorted feminine energy, okay, we're going to awaken the truth to it all. It's not just the masculine's fault, okay? If you have been distorted in the sense of codependency and believing or learning from the generations of distorted feminine that your source of significance comes from the masculine, that they are responsible for your worthiness, value, happiness, love, that you need them to tell you that you're beautiful, or to give you these chocolates and roses on this day called Valentine's Day. Okay, this is all a channeled message from Spirit, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. But this is real talk. Love is beautiful. Love is not the culprit of evil. Love is going to awaken you to all that is false. That's why we call it conscious love, Spirit says. Because we're becoming more conscious to the truth of love, the essence of the purest form of love. So it is important that we all take a look at ourselves of where we have been blocking true, pure, unconditional love. Unconditional, meaning without conditions, without the you owe me, I'm only going to give this to you, my love to you, and my love not meaning lust, not meaning my body to you if you make me feel worthy and lovable. All of that is based on pure conditions, lust, and transaction. Unconditional love means I love you beyond the physical. I love you beyond space and time. I love you even when you are hurting and healing. I love you even though you are unable to receive my love. That doesn't mean to put up with bull shit. This doesn't mean to put up with pain and violence and hurt. That's not love either. Okay? We have been taught so many incorrect ways of what we think love is that we keep saying, okay, well, this isn't love. Okay, well, then this isn't love. It's true. We're pulling back the layers. What is love should be the ongoing question of life. That has been my entire life studies, I realized. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here on this channel. That's why I've been called here to do this work, to heal the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love. That's why my studies and practices are on conscious love, because my entire life I have been a student in this life, in this school of love that is not taught anywhere other than through your own experiences and your willingness to awaken to the consciousness of love, of what is false. And that can be scary to have to really face it in the face. That is not love. This is not love. Right? But you know what you do want based on when you find out what you don't want. When you realize what is not, then you can really then gather what is. So now we know what is not love. Now we get to ask Spirit, what is love? That's why my favorite passage in the Bible is love is patient. Love is kind. It is not rude. It is not jealous. It does not boast. It does not envy. Okay, those are some more things of what it is not. But we know love is patient. We know love is kind. Right? We know that it is not self-seeking, that it is not easily angered, that it does not keep records of wrongs. We know that it does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. We know that love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. We know that love never fails. Amen, Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. So this is a really important conversation to have today with yourself and with your lovers. If you want to have those conversations, what is love? What is love to me? How do I communicate love? What is my love language? What is their love language? How do I receive love? How do I give love? Love languages are different based on how you give and receive. Sometimes you feel loved based on differently than how you give love. You might give love in words of affirmation. You might receive love. You might feel loved by another through acts of service, or physical touch, or gifts. And not like material, spending a bunch of money on gifts, but like, you thought about me And that was a really like thoughtful gesture to create this gift or get this gift because you thought about me specifically about it, you know? That's what I mean. That's what that love language means. But sometimes people don't even know what the love languages are. Words of affirmations, acts of service, quality time, physical touch, gifts. Giving gifts can be more of a love language for someone than it is to receive. I know people who love to give gifts but are terrible at receiving gifts. And so, this is important. These are things, if you are, instead of looking, Spirit is saying, instead of, you know, feeling lonely and in a victim minded state of why am I alone? Isn't my lover here? What did I do to make me unworthy? Why don't I deserve love? You do deserve love, beloved. You are love. They are not the source of your significance. You are the source energy of existence. Yes, that's a bar. Tell yourself today, they are not the source. She or he, you are not the source of my significance. I am the source energy of existence. That is a beautiful affirmation. And ask yourself, what do I need for for me to feel love from a person? What do I need to give, or how do I give love for a person to feel my love? And you can always tap into even your moon sign, because your moon sign is your emotional needs. Your moon sign is your emotional needs. So whatever your moon sign is, that's how you get your emotional needs met, through that kind of energy. Not through that person with that sign, but through that energy of that sign. So really, do some self-reflection is what I'm hearing Spirit say. Love is a portal to our soul's awakening, to our eternal expansion, to our conscious new earth. If you allow yourself to reflect and see, where have I thought love was, but really it was false love, conditional love, transactional love, codependent love, lustful love, right? Where have I been looking for love in the wrong places? How can I be loved better? How can I be love better in all my relationships? This is beautiful download. I don't even know when we're going to get in the car. It's going to be a long read, but this is this weekend energy. This is very beautiful. This is a conversation that Spirit wants you to have with yourself, most importantly. And if you want to deepen your relationship with your lover, to have this kind of intimate conversation, because intimacy is into me. See, that's all we really want. We call it love, but really we want to be seen and assured and validated. But those things, like Spirit said earlier, I gave you. Even if I were to give you the purest form of all of that love that you're seeking, you wouldn't be able to receive it because your heart is so closed off to this form of love because of all of its conditions and barriers and limitations and fears and angers and resentments and walls and I'm hearing armor to protect, to shield, to defend. Vulnerability. Intimacy is vulnerable. Being vulnerable is intimate. You have to allow yourself to be seen if you want into me see. It's really beautiful, Spirit. Thank you so much. Wow, that's so beautiful. I'm going to see what the cards want to say to add to that. That was really powerful download. If that resonated with you, definitely reflect on that. Make sure you are reflecting deeply and honestly. It's a safe space to do so. Give yourself the time and the space and the compassion to do that. This is not about judging yourself for how you've been wrong in relationship. This is about learning so you can be love better. Spirit says, 7 of Pentacles. Yes, this is a seed. Let the seed be planted in you. Grow and tend to your garden of love. Trust in divine timing. Trust that all the seeds you have planted are growing. And continue to nurture the garden. You cannot rush a garden to grow. All you can do is water it, nurture it with, fertilizer and water and sunshine. Sunshine, right? Give love. I'm hearing nurture love with pouring into yourself with water. I'm hearing the water meaning like the flow, fluidity, the flow, going with the flow, allowing. Yeah, 7 and 8, allowing, going with the flow, getting out of your head, right? Getting out of, I'm hearing release those blockages. The 8 of Swords is a mental stuckness. She is perfectly able to walk into that portal. But mentally, she's stuck because of all of these false expectations around love. Water and pour into yourself and your relationships, your connections, and don't rush. You can't rush the way it unfolds. You can't rush your healing. You can't rush your awakening. You can't rush the unfolding of a connection. If you're beginning a new connection, I'm hearing, with someone, or if you're trying to start over in a connection that's been established, you cannot rush it. You have to allow the seeds to reroot. If it's been completely uprooted and you're starting all over in a brand new pot, okay, somebody's a gardener here, pick up these analogies that I'm putting down. The root, even if the plant is still intact, even if it's not a straight up seed, you still have to allow the roots to reconnect in a brand new soil if that connection has been uprooted, because it was in a unstable foundation before. You still have to nurture it and pour water into it to give and receive love, unconditionally. Every day. You got to water your plants every day. You got to let it have sunlight every day. You got to talk to it with love and compassion. You have to care for it. And it's not just about what is in it for me. That is not love. How can I give, or overly giving too much to that person because you don't believe that you're worthy of receiving love? That's not love either. Or if you believe they're only, all of the, whatever the Eight of Swords, mental, disempowering belief systems that we have been taught around how to nurture a connection with pure love. Let it unfold naturally. Let it grow organically. Don't put any chemicals on it, is what I'm hearing. Don't put any chemicals. You don't need to contaminate this love. Don't contaminate this love. Don't contaminate this garden, this connection, what is growing beautifully in divine timing, with all these fears, these false expectations, these false evidence, these conditional establishments and contracts and rules. That's not to say you can't set boundaries, but love is different. Yes, love has boundaries, but love is different than rules. Boundaries are different when it's coming from a place of love. We have the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Swords. That is the queen who knows how to use her discernment, mind with the heart. This is the queen who does not get too caught up in the hype and the I'm hearing the intoxicating chemistry of those emotions. And also doesn't get caught up in this rational transaction kind of space of this has to make sense kind of love. Using both your head and your heart together to have a balanced, healthy, there's that setting those healthy boundaries in the name of unconditional love. Knight of Crystals, yes. The Knight of Crystals is the slowest knight in the deck to offer something, but it is the most loyal. It is the most committed. It is the most stable. So have patience and don't contaminate your garden with the chemicals of doubt or fear. Okay, something beautiful is growing, I'm hearing this weekend. Something beautiful is growing, whether it is this beautiful garden of self-love and also, or this beautiful garden of love with a counterpart. Let it be. Look, reconnect with your ancient past, bringing it into the future. I haven't seen this one in so long. This card actually is the High Priestess card for me that I see. The High Priestess of our ancient future, learning from the past to change our DNA, our blueprints, our light codes for the future, taking all of the history of our ancestors, of our past life, of even this life's experiences, relationships, heartbreaks, quote unquote failures, and radically accepting them and transmuting them into wisdom so that it can shift the trajectory of your future. Learning how to telepathically cultivate this path of conscious love. You see, and I want to show you this because in the Divine Feminine card, Divine Feminine pile here is looking at me, the High Priestess. That's why that picture reminds me of the High Priestess. Having the lights and the shadows, the feminine, the masculine, the quote unquote good and bad all merged together, meshed and cleared and accepted. That's what brings you wisdom. That's what brings you the essence of love. That is the act, the essence of love. Radical expansion I just saw. Yeah, look at that. Radical expansion. So radical acceptance is what I just said for the High Priestess. Radical acceptance leads to radical expansion. So this weekend, allow for such radical acceptance and expansion in your heart. The vibrations of your heart are expanding, the frequency, the capacity to hold. Oh, I love this. I feel it. Hold more love, to hold higher frequencies of love. Yes, yes, I hear you, Spirit. Thank you. This weekend, we are radically expanding our frequencies to a higher volume, a higher capacity of conscious love. You see, even her heart, the dragon is coming out of her heart space. This is really powerful. Number 35 and 40 might be significant numbers for you. Might be between the ages of 35 and 40. Or 40. That is that expanded stability with your guides, your angels. Luminescence, number 38 or number 35, reducing to 8, of ending old cycles, beginning new cycles. And then we also had the 7 and 8. So taking those steps to release judgment, release self-judgment. This is really powerful. Thank you, Spirit, to release self-judgment this weekend. Don't take anything personally. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. What we just talked about. You don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're shifting out of. That's what we're shifting out of, are these self-judgment, mental blockages, and limiting belief systems that has been contaminating the garden that we have been tending to, that Spirit has been tending to, has been nurturing and growing in our heart space of conscious love. Do your best. Always do your best. Your best is changing all the time. This is important to know this weekend, that your best is changing all the time. Your best will depend on whether you are refreshed in the morning or tired at night. Your best will be different when you're happy as opposed to upset, or healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment and regret. Thank you, Spirit. This is the truth. This is the truth that you are discovering. The key to your heart is within the Akashic records of your soul wisdom. Beautiful. You are transforming like this butterfly. This is a weekend of transformation. This reading is getting a bit long, but this is powerful, and I hope it's resonating with you. And if it is, definitely take it and really grow with it. There's a lot of expansion. I can't stop saying all of the hearts, all of these hearts opening, awakening, releasing self-judgment. That's the Eight of Swords energy that's happening. Give yourself grace for not being perfect. Give yourself grace for not having known better in your past relationships. Give yourself grace for the fact that your best is changing all the time. Look, the alarm is going off. Okay, I think it's still for my chakra balancing workshop. So look at that. That is spirit giving us the alarm. That's a message for us to say that this message is complete. It's time to wake up, and it's time to hear this message, okay? I hope this helped. If it does, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. And definitely, if you'd like to be a part of my Vibe Tribe, where we're healing the heart of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love, subscribe to my channel, Princess Leah 888. And Tony Popsicle is here just to say hello. But if you'd like to book a personal Tea and Tarot soul session with me, you can do so by reaching out. You can email me at my FemRems email to receive a 1 ounce loose leaf handcrafted tea with your soul session. That's in my description box. You can also find me on my social media, Princess Leah 888 on Instagram or TikTok. And Tony Popsicle says, Happy Valentine's Day. Have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to love yourself first and foremost. And until next time, my beautiful beloveds, peace and love. Namaste. Bye.